Welcome, computer people. I'm that loser. Is that anything? That's what I want my video intro to be. I thought of that like an hour ago. Actually, I didn't, because an hour ago I started filming this video, and I've filmed it twice already, but it keeps going wrong, so... third time's the charm. I'm making this video with the goal of finally making something. I started this YouTube channel when I was comically young, and I posted stuff. I would make stupid, silly little videos that any kid would make, and put them on this channel. They're all private now, and don't go asking for them, because you're not going to get anything like that. But the point is that I made stuff, and I've always made stuff, but when I went to high school, I don't know exactly why, but I stopped publishing myself. I stopped broadcasting the things that I made, and I don't really know why. I don't have a good reason, at least. But this year, 2026, I've continuously had this voice in my head, this thought of, you should make videos again, you should post on YouTube again, and make it consistent this time, even if consistent is once every 2 months. And I don't know how or why it started, but this is the first time that thought has stayed. It has stayed put, it has not left me. And because of that, and a few other reasons, I feel like it might be time. I've thought about it, and I think a big reason why I struggled to put anything out, and it's not just YouTube videos, because I also write music, was because I started to have these standards in my head. Just I don't know where they came from. I don't know why they came up. This was never a problem before. Maybe it's because I hit puberty. I don't know what's going on with that, but I started having this expectation for myself that if I was gonna make anything, then it had to be really, really good. It had to be on par with all the stuff I was watching on YouTube, made by adults 20 years older than me, which was silly because I was like 13 and whatever. But I don't think it was silly that I wanted to create, you know? And that I was creating, but it was silly for me to expect that it was going to be on that caliber, but just because that was never going to happen, and that's okay. I always knew that I wasn't going to be amazing. Just logic, like I'd been hearing that my whole life, that you're never going to just make stuff and it's going to be great the first time. And yet, for some reason, I still let myself fall into that trap. I don't know if it was this belief of like, well, no, I've already done it before, and like I can do it. I don't know what it was, but I miss putting myself out there, because I did it with music. In middle school, when I started getting into music, I started getting into producing. I was still only making instrumental stuff back then. I write lyrics now, but I made 2 full albums of just instrumental stuff, and were they good? No, especially the first one. Second one was alright, but I just made that shit, and I put it on SoundCloud and Bandcamp because I could, because I was passionate about it, because I wanted to, and I'm still proud of that. Even all these years later, I'm proud that I put that stuff out there, and I want to get back to that. I want to get back to that feeling of just not caring and making stuff because I need to make stuff, because I have that burning desire within me, and not because I feel like I have to make anything spectacular. And in a weird way, that can lead to some of the best creations possible, because if you leave your standards too high, you're never going to want to make anything. Granted, throughout high school I was very busy, so I didn't have, I made myself very busy, so I didn't have a lot of time to to make stuff like that and then like publish it, but I don't think that was entirely the thing. I think it's actually because of high school that I'm having this inspiration, at least in part, because in, my junior and senior year, my last 2 years of high school, I really challenged myself over and over again to do the things that I thought that I could never do. I took calculus and physics in the same year, junior year, and I did it pretty damn well. I auditioned for my first ever musical, I auditioned for the spring musical that year, and I got a lead role, and then I did the same thing senior year. I know, pretty cool. I think I'm ready to try that. I feel like I learned a lot from that. You can do great things when you're not really trying, when you're just trying to challenge yourself, and not so much worried about the result. And I always knew that, but I think now I've actually done that in school, so I'm ready to try it elsewhere. But I'd be lying if another big aspect of why I didn't make videos wasn't also just it was a simple, just I didn't really have anything to say, right? You can't just put videos out there. You're gonna need to make them about something, and you're never ever going to make it as consistent as you want it to be. If you don't have something that you really have the drive to make videos about. And a really good piece of advice that you hear all the time in recent memory, Tom Scott mentioned it in his Wired interview where he answered online questions, and that's to make the content that you wish there was more of. Whatever internet content you're making, it could be YouTube videos, it could be Minecraft mods, it could be fan fiction on an AO3. It doesn't matter. You will get the best results, you will feel the most fulfilled, you will get the most engagement, and just have the most fun, chances are, if you're making the stuff that you feel that you wish that you saw more of, that you feel like is missing. Or even, you're making stuff that does exist, but you're doing it in a way that you wish people did. And I feel like I've found an opening like that with video games. In the last year and a half, I've become very into video games, very into talking about video games, playing video games. I've noticed that I really like talking about video games with my friends. I really love hearing people talk about video games. But so much online gaming discourse is just so exhausting, because it feels like at any point people are focusing purely on the negative stuff happening with the industry and nothing else. A lot of those debates and a lot of that discussion is very worth having and very important, and you should be critical of what's coming out and what the decisions being made by the biggest companies are. It shouldn't overshadow shouldn't completely overshadow the games, because there are all these great games coming out, all these great games that have already come out, and I want to play them, and I want to talk to them, and I want to share that with people, even if it's through a screen. I want to talk about that. And in a weird way, I feel like there aren't a lot of people doing that. In the last few months, I've pretty much only watched Scott the Woz, and especially his second channel, Scott Stash. And I realized that the reason, it's not just because I like his humor, it's not just because I like his editing and all that, I like him as a creator. It's also because he is someone who actually, you hear what he talks about and how he talks about it, and you can tell he plays the games just as much as he talks about them, and he enjoys doing both. Because he does talk about the negatives, he does get critical, but he does it in such a way that it doesn't feel like he's just doing it for clicks. He does it to genuinely talk about games, because he wants to talk about games and he wants to talk about the industry and gaming as an art form and all that. And he also likes to celebrate when we do get good stuff. I wish there was more of that, because it's not fun when you play a new game and you're really excited about all this stuff and you go online and it's all just people saying there are no good games anymore. Really? Nothing? If you say that, I'm sorry, but you just don't know what's coming out, man. You haven't tried anything. So, I don't know how it'll turn out, but in my own little way, I want to talk about video games. I want to, sort of review the games that I'm going over, and not in the IGN, another thing that really bothers me is how much people value the game score. A game review will come out and people don't even want to talk about the game. They just want to know what the number is. And again, it's just, whatever happened to talking about the games? Even if the game is underwhelming and it's not what we wanted it to be, it's not as high of a score as we were maybe hoping. No one ever has a nuanced discussion about it. They don't ever actually talk about why that happened. And so I want to be a little bit more like that. I want to talk about stuff. I want to have a fun conversation with whoever finds the videos that I make. I want to talk about, the games I've been playing, what I think of them, my honest thoughts and opinions, the little things, the little ideas I have about them, what I want to play, the games that I play but I didn't really care for, and games of all kinds, and also just things about games, fun facts that I've been learning, news that I feel like matters that I want to talk about, gaming history. I just want to talk about games in general and whatever I feel like talking about, and put it out there, try to make it entertaining, and see what people think of it, because I wish there was more of that. It's a strange decision for me to make a month before I move miles and miles away for college from my hometown, to just make this commitment to making stuff for YouTube. But I'm gonna try, and I think it'll be fun, and I don't think I'm gonna regret it, especially because I have ideas, and just making this to see how I feel about making this video, it is bringing back that spark for me. It's filling me with this motivation to make the next thing, to make my first video game video. Good old VGV. So I don't know how it'll turn out. I don't know when the next video will be, but I know that I'm going to try, and I'm going to have fun, hopefully. So, cheers to that, and have a nice day.